Remember at the iPad launch in 2010, they first flashed that huge triple $9 number on the screen. Then Steve Jobs pauses, looks at the crowd, and goes, "Our price is not $9.99, it's $4.99." And suddenly, $4.99 felt like an absolute steal. That, my friend, is price anchoring in action. The very first price you see can trick your brain into thinking everything else is either expensive or an incredible deal. So, price anchoring. Here's the thing. The very first number you see in a pricing situation becomes this powerful reference point, what psychologists call the anchor. Everything else gets judged against it, whether that first number is realistic or not. Let me paint a picture with an analogy that really makes this click for me. Imagine you walk straight from bright sunlight into a completely dark room. At first, you can barely see anything. It's pitch black, right? That darkness becomes your baseline. Now, if you step out of that dark room into a hallway that's only slightly brighter, honestly still pretty dim, it suddenly feels brilliantly lit. Even though the hallway is objectively fairly dark compared to the total darkness you just came from, it feels amazing. The first dark experience sets the anchor, and everything after gets judged against it. That's exactly how the first price you see works on your brain. It creates the baseline. A high first number makes the real price feel like a bargain. A low first number can make even a fair price feel expensive. What attracts me is how automatic this is. We don't even realize our brain is doing the comparison. Now, let's bring this into the real world with something we've all scrolled past 100 times. Picture this. You're browsing an online store and you spot a nice jacket. Up pops the price tag. Original price, $250. Right next to it, in big bold letters, sale, $149. Your brain goes, "Whoa, that's over $100 off. This is a steal. I'm saving a ton." But here's the fascinating part. What if that $250 original price was never the real everyday price? What if the jacket was designed and listed at $149 from the start, and the $250 was just inflated for the sale banner? You still feel like you're getting a major discount. Your brain has already accepted $250 as the item's true value. That's the anchor doing its job. The $149 now feels like an incredible bargain, even though the actual value comparison should be against the real market price, not this made-up higher number. This is price anchoring in its most common everyday form. It works so well because once that first number is planted, everything else gets judged relative to it. We've all felt that rush of "I'm saving $100," even when the savings might be more illusion than reality. And the crazy thing is, it happens automatically. We don't even question the original price most of the time. But don't worry, my friends, we're going to stop falling for this today. Here are 2 simple, powerful things you can do the next time you see a slashed price or that big original number staring you down. First, imagine the original price didn't even exist. Just pretend that higher number never was there. Ask yourself honestly, would I still buy this jacket, or whatever it is, at $149 if I'd never seen the $250 crossed out? If the answer is yes, because it feels like a fair price for what you're getting, great. If it suddenly feels a bit steep without that anchor pulling you in, that's your brain telling you the discount was doing most of the selling. Second, and this one is gold, before you react to any price, pause and ask one simple question. Compared to what? Once you notice the anchor, that first number trying to set the baseline, it loses almost all of its power over you. You're no longer judging the deal against a made-up high number. You're judging it against real value, real alternatives, or your actual budget. Now you can see it. That rush of "I'm saving $100" is just your brain doing what brains do. But with these 2 quick mental moves, imagining no anchor and asking "compared to what?", you take back control. You're not being tricked anymore. You're the one who decides what's actually a good deal. Now, if you're watching this as someone who sells things, whether you're running a small online shop, a local service business, or just starting out, here's how you can use price anchoring in a way that's smart, transparent, and actually helps your customers make better decisions. If you're selling ethically, you highlight value without deceiving. Price anchoring can guide customers to smart decisions like showing your product's features first, then the price. Instead of leading with a big number or an inflated original price that never existed, start by painting a clear picture of what the customer gets: the benefits, the quality, the time saved, the problem solved. Build that value story, maybe with bullet points, photos, testimonials, or a quick demo. Then reveal your price. When the value is front and center, the price feels fair, even generous compared to what they've just learned it delivers. No fake anchors, no crossed-out original prices that never existed, just honest anchoring. The real value becomes the baseline, so your fair price looks like the smart choice it actually is. This approach builds trust. Customers feel informed, not tricked, and in my experience, they come back, they refer friends, and they stick around longer. That's the win for ethical businesses. Here comes the important question: where exactly is the line between smart pricing psychology and something that crosses into shady territory? On one hand, anchoring is incredibly effective. It influences how people perceive value, and that's true whether the anchor is honest or not. We've seen how a high first number can make a fair price feel like a bargain, and businesses have every right to present their offerings in the best light. But here's where it gets nuanced. Smart anchoring helps people see the real value, like when you lead with genuine benefits, quality details, or comparisons to actual alternatives. It educates, it clarifies, it guides customers towards a decision that makes sense for them. Shady anchoring, though, that's when you invent fake original prices that never were real, just to create an illusion of massive savings. From me, a hard no to the shady ones. Inflating numbers that never existed isn't clever marketing, it's deception. It erodes trust. It makes customers feel manipulated once they figure it out. And in today's world, people figure it out fast. In my view, the best businesses win by being transparent, using anchoring to highlight true value, not to trick. Do that, and you don't just make a sale, you build loyalty. We've covered price anchoring, that powerful first number trick that sets the baseline for everything else. But here's the thing: what happens when stores don't just use one high anchor? They add a third, middle option that's carefully designed to make one choice look way better than the others. It will look clever until I show you the decoy effect, a trick stores use to choose what they want you to pick. Don't miss that, it's coming up next, and it changes how you'll look at every 3-option menu, subscription tier, or popcorn size lineup forever. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's the most obvious price anchor you've spotted lately? Maybe a slashed original price that seemed too good to be true, or a high first number that made the real one feel like a bargain? Drop it below. I read every one, and it helps me know what examples hit home for you. Your stories make these videos better for everyone. If you're enjoying these breakdowns of how pricing psychology really works and how to spot it, defend against it, or use it ethically, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We decode one new tactic every episode, so you stay one step ahead whether you're shopping smarter or running your own business. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one on the Decoy Effect. Take care.